President obviously feels that there's so much now at stake that he's asked Jon Kerry once again to get on another plane, and this one to Cairo, to meet with Ban Ki-moon, Mr. Abbas, and other leaders in the region. Specifically, what has the President charged the Secretary to do, and what deliverables is he willing to offer to bring back the cessation of the hostilities back to November 12th?
Well, specifically, that was what the Secretary of State is charged with doing, is going to the region and putting back in place the agreement that was reached around the ceasefire in November of 2012. And that is going to require some difficult diplomacy, but he'll be, as you pointed out, meeting with both Israeli and Palestinian leaders. He'll also be talking to his Egyptian counterpart, as well as the President of Egypt, Mr. al-Sisi. He'll also be talking to other interested leaders in the region who can play a constructive role in trying to resolve this crisis. So that is his specific charge, which is to go back and get the ceasefire in place as soon as possible. As long as this fighting continues, we continue to see innocent civilians caught in the crossfire.
Will the President, through Mr. Kerry, offer anything in a sense of deliverables to assure that this will happen? In other words, everything is on the table.
Well, I don't want to read out any of the Secretary's meetings before he arrives in Cairo, or before he begins his meetings in Cairo. But this is an important priority, and there are lives at stake. And we are hopeful that all sides will engage in a constructive conversation and try to find the diplomatic resolution that's necessary to put an end to the violence and bring and take a lot more civilians out of direct harm's way.
The question I asked Josh Earnest was, anytime there's an issue, a problem, the President asks his chief diplomat, the Secretary of State, Jon Kerry, to get on another plane. This one's to Cairo. He'll be speaking with Abbas, he'll be speaking with Ban Ki-moon of the United Nations, and trying to negotiate a ceasefire, and they want to go back to November 2012 to cessation and a ceasefire of the hostilities and the activities that are really turning this region into a firestorm. I will give President Obama credit for sending Jon Kerry again, but this time the world is watching. My feeling is there should be really an international coalition of the willing, if you will, and have an international summit where all the leaders get together. The stakes are that high. All the leaders need to get together with President Obama, if he wants to call that meeting together, with Prime Minister Cameron, with President Hollande of France, Merkel, the leaders of the EU, and even let's get Vladimir Putin involved. Maybe at some point he'll start looking like a leader and not just a thug. There's no other objective than somehow forging a peace between Israel and Palestine, whether it's Jon Kerry and the President, or like I said, that coalition of the willing has to happen.